And see the shyness and even somebody that she knows, this could go on for a while. Even somebody she knows, she's very shy of. So she is somehow finally getting Leah to come to her by sneaking around that little doghouse. Leah, she's very sweet, shy, sensitive, and we're just going to see what kind of training she has before I start working with her. Sit. So she's unconfident, and I don't think she has much training. I can say, come. Let's try down. So I actually I'm going to have to get to know her, have her trust me, go very slowly with her so that I don't spook her at all and trying to, give her commands and things like that. She doesn't have training, obviously, and she's very insecure. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, and we'll show you what she's like after we're done. Sit. We're always going to have her sit before we walk her up to the mat. And you see how she's waiting on a loose leash. If she tries to jump on the mat because she loves doing this exercise, or tries to go somewhere else, just tap and release, and that works really well. So if she were to pop out of a sit stay, just no, and she'll go right back. She's very sensitive to those little signals with the leash. Go to your mat, down, and we've of course done this little down exercise in a way that she can't wait to get on the mat because she loves to play this game. She had a big problem because she's so skittish with anybody walking around her. Good. So I just took kind of a chance there by not rewarding her first, and just to show you that she can do it without a reward. No, make sure that she waits. See how I'm making sure that she waits respectfully and calmly before you give her the treat. Good. And then walking around while she's munching out, because I, of course, have practiced this a bunch of times, but she hasn't done this with you much yet. So you might want to do it this way. No. Make sure that your movements are calm, not moving too fast, you're not making jerky movements. Reward her first, because the reward keeps her calmer so that she can handle you walking around her. She was very skittish when she got here, could not handle anybody walking behind her. So here's how we did it. And also the calm part is also about her. Good. Being calm until you actually place the rewards there and withdraw, and then she takes it, instead of like grabbing your hand or trying to get into your hand to take that treat. And this exercise that I'm doing, of course, is on a mat that I designate only. I'm going to do the treat. This is the way you should do it, so I'm going to do it the way you should do it for a while. So reward, no. Make sure that she really waits. It's about respect, and it's also about her staying focused and calm throughout this exercise. See, like that? Good. This mat is designated as for only this exercise, and you don't have to use this mat, but good. But just a bath mat or something with a rubberized bottom that doesn't slip and slide and scrunch up when you center there. That's why a towel won't work well. And just that is only for this. It's not a doggy bed. The doggy bed or whatever you have is a free time place that she can come and go as she pleases. This is only for this one. Good. This one behavior. She allows to go on, like you saw me put her on. She's allowed to come off only by me, so she doesn't come off unless you allow her to come off. And see how she kind of like, these things are round, so it rolled out off the mat. She came forward. So I'm just gonna, good, kind of move her back by putting the little handful underneath her chest so she chooses to move back herself. With her, you have to be really gentle and not do anything that might spook her. So stepping into her like that, being over dominant, might still spook her. She's very sensitive, and we've gotten such a long way with her. We don't want to do those types of things with her. So if I want her to move somewhere, I'm going to lure her with food instead of like stepping into her, maybe applying a little pressure on her toes or something like that so she'd pull back. That's something that could spook her. So even doing what you've seen me doing here for a few minutes every day is really going to help her get better and better and better. Help her with her confidence. Good. The way that you take her off the mat. She's waiting for you to walk back next to her. Okay. Walk her off the mat, have her sit. And then you can release her to be free. Go. Here we go. Sit. I've been doing this greeting routine with Leah and a bunch of different people. She happens to know this person. But you see how we did it? I had her sit. I stepped over, gave him the treat. She's waiting on a loose leash for me to come back next to her and send her over. Go say hi. She gets the treat. She gets petted. Come. You get to practice your recall. Good. You got a treat on this end. You know, you could see from the mat exercise, sit, that the food is a way, given at the proper moment, is a way to keep her calm and to lower her level of stress. So with meeting new people, she was so skittish for a while. She knows, because we've done this a million times, I mean, you know, hundreds of times probably with her. Go say hi. She knows that how it's going to go. Come. She even sees a new person. Good. Or we even walk her up to a person like this. Sit. She knows what's going to happen. She anticipates what's happened many times before. She gets calm immediately because she knows exactly how it's going to go. And dogs are like that. They thrive on the known, just like people do, but I think dogs even more so. And all she remembers is that she loves this game. Something good always happens when we play it. That he's going to have a treat, and then I'm going to call her to come, and I'm going to have a treat. And so she has no idea. She's learning a sit-stay. She's learning how to greet people. Nope. If she pops up, which I knew she would, because see how it went like that? I just did that, and I said no. See how easy it is to put her back? So anyway, she knows how this is going to go, and she has no idea that she's gaining confidence from playing this fun game. Go say hi. Come. It's also teaching her good respect for people and not jumping. Sit. You got the sit stay. You got sending her over, which is a command to go somewhere. Go say hi. Go in your crate. Go to the mat or whatever. And you also have the come command as well. So it's a great exercise to do with anybody, somebody she knows, somebody she doesn't know. We're always doing it with a dog like this, or most dogs, outside of the house. The worst place is inside. They see that person come through the front door. They're extra overstimulated. If they don't know the person, they might be threatened. So always do it outside your house. And then everybody comes in together. Do it one more time once you're in the house. Have that person walk through first, and then you follow with her. So she never sees a person coming through that doorway, because when she's in her little realm there and somebody's walking through that doorway that she doesn't know, she could get insecure and feel threatened, and you don't want that to start happening, her barking or something like that. So always do it this way, and she'll love to have people come visit. You don't have to worry about her not being protective, because she'll be good with people that you introduce in this way, but if somebody tries to get into your house or just barges through your front door or something, she'll always be protective in a situation like that, because dogs behave situationally, and when you do this situation, she knows that person's okay. Somebody tries to come in a different way, I'm sure she'll be very protective. Go say hi one more time. Come. And also you can see, good, how much less skittish she is now. Sit, because this is a longer greeting routine because I'm talking to you so much, but you see how much calmer she is just through doing these little training exercises that we're filming for you right now. So here we are. Sit. You see how I did that little circle? That turning into her is really valuable to do, because it's a dominant move. Your body is literally hurting her and showing her where to go. See how I'm doing the sit stay? I reward her like this. Come back next to her. Eye contact. Good, straight down. She's literally staring in my eyes as she gets the treat. You see how calmly I'm doing this? I'm not like going in slow motion or anything. That would be kind of weird to a dog, of course, but I'm just relaxed. Just try to be relaxed, Don't move really quickly with her, especially because she's just starting to learn these commands, because we had to do so much work in just giving her confidence so she could even stay in a sit stay, much less stay there when you walk all over the place. Good. You notice how I never repeat a command. If for some reason she doesn't do the SIT, it's a little bit of pressure, not popping, jerking, not a lot, just a little bit of continuous tension. Her butt hits the ground, you release it immediately. Don't repeat it, because the pattern will be with all the commands that she hears it once and somehow she ends up there. That's what she's thinking. That's why now we only have to say things once most of the time. I can also go from this to down. Good. And she gets a reward for that. Now the reason that good, her down is so instantaneous is because we practiced a lot on the mat. When you practice on that mat later on, you start practicing not on the mat, and she's got it because you use the mat. But it really cuts a lot of time off teaching a down stay like this. And the stay is the most important part, of course, because you're not practicing on the cement, on the grass, on your floor, over here, over there. It's just on the mat, which is that same piece of fabric, the same texture and everything is the same, and so that imprints that down stay quicker because you do it on the same thing every time. And then you can start moving the mat to a different place, and she's going to get it better when you move the mat to new spots to do a down stay. Excuse me. So that was the sit stay. Okay, sit. One thing that I maybe didn't say in the mat exercise was that it's better to release them up out of a down and have them sit. She's still in work mode until you release her or walk with her. And instead of just saying okay and she's up and free out of a down stay, they can get overstimulated and jump around. And a lot of times people will say, okay, good, like that, which normally would have really triggered her, but she's still staying in her sit stay. I'm going to give her a treat. There you go, good. So always out of a down stay, release her like that, have her sit, and then release her from a calm sit stay. And you ensure a calmer release out of that down stay because you do it that way. It's okay, you have her sit and you release her from a calm sit stay, because we're really after the byproduct of doing these commands in a very specific way so that it's building her up. And that's why the calmness in the very specific way I'm showing you is really important. And you see, you release her and she's just calm. We want her to continue to get calmer and calmer as you practice it this way. And so it's really we're after the byproduct of doing it in a certain way, the sit stays, down stays, and the recall, the come command, that is building her up and giving her more confidence and making her a much calmer dog 24/7. Okay. The come command is practiced in a very specific way, and really if you do it the same way every time, it becomes like second nature and you don't have to think about it. So I do it the same way every time. If I'm walking her, usually it's going to be, we're on a walk. We can't show you on a walk today because it's just pouring today, so we're under this tent. But, we take walks every day. If she sees somebody, she's on free time, I'm just making sure that she's not pulling. So if you just tap, we're just using this little tiny training collar. If you tap and release, if you back away, she'll just come your way. Good. But if she's pulling, she's not now, but good. Most likely she'll come back to you when you throw a treat, or if there's something on the ground that she wants. See how I just tapped her and released? How she stopped? She was racing after that. She was moving quickly after that little treat, but all I had to do was do that, and she stopped. Go. I'm going to let her have that. It's only fair. It's okay, sweetie. Right there. Come. And see how I'm calling her back to come to me? Good. So you always have your recall. If she's not paying attention to you and there's something she really wants to get to badly, and it could be another dog, a cat, or a squirrel, or who knows what you're going to see on the street, use your recall. Don't choke up and restrain her, because when you do that, the dog pulls away from you. So it's just a little bit of a leash handling technique where you tap and release. And I didn't even call her to come to me. If you back away, good girl. And if you don't have treats, just love her up like that. She loves that affection as well. But basically, when you're practicing the come command, have your treat in this target hand. It's a closed hand. Come. So that when she comes to you, good. You got your left hand free because the loop is over your wrist. So you got that free. And she touches your hand, your target hand, with her nose. It opens up. She takes the treat. You say good. And you can pet her and take the leash at the same moment. It's really all about timing. And then in an emergency, just toss these over there. There's no, she loves to come when she's called. Over there. Come. See, no treat. Good girl. Excuse me. If you practice with rewards, in an emergency when you don't have a reward, she's still going to come to this. She doesn't know it's empty. And even long distance recalls, she'll come to you because we do it the same way every time. You back away like this with that reward. She can't help herself. When she sees that, good, she's going to come your way. And she's only been doing this come command for a couple of weeks now. Come. So you just keep practicing. Don't practice without saying the come command for a while now, because this is all fresh behavior. It's brand new, but she's got a pretty decent recall. If you do the right moves, you back away when you call her to you. Always have a reward in your hand so that that behavior pattern becomes really set in stone in her. Every time you do it, she gets a little bit better. And also, I always practice calling her when she's looking away. Never practice when she's staring up at you. That's not a real life situation. At least wait till she goes, oh, what's that over there? Call her away from something, because the whole action is that she's moving away from you, or she's looking at something about to go over there, or something like that. You say that command, she ignores that, she turns away from that, whatever she's doing or wherever she's going, she comes running back to you. So always practice with her at least looking away from you or moving away from you. When you say come, never repeat the command like everything else on this video. Never say it twice. The pattern is that all she knows is that every time you say it, the first time it happens, that's why she'll do it the first time as you practice every time. So never repeat the command. Okay, let's go.